Hey there, and welcome to our career page. If you're watching this video, I'm guessing you're considering a career in the mortgage industry, or maybe you're already in the industry and you're looking to make a change. Either way, welcome, and I hope you get something out of this video. I put this video together as I thought it'd be helpful to illustrate who we are and what we are about, and more specifically, how we operate compared to others. The mortgage industry, like any other industry, comes in all colors, shapes, and sizes. So before you jump in and make a change, I think it's prudent to have a baseline understanding of how different operations work. So let's talk about how we operate and the competitive advantages that our way creates. To start, let me give you a little background. My name is Briggs, and I am the founder of Buckhead Home Loans. I first got into brokering in 1994 at a time when the broker model was taking off, but it was still very much in its infancy, as most originations, close to 90% I think, were still captured by banks and a few independent retailers at the time. In 1997, I started this company, Buckhead Home Loans. And from our beginning, we've operated as mortgage brokers and remain so today, as I believe it is the most efficient model, hands down. In 2003, we ventured into correspondent lending as we wanted to get into the FHA loans. Now, that might sound a little crazy right now, but keep in mind that prior to 2010, in order to originate FHA loans, you needed to be a HUD-approved lender, commonly known as a mini Eagle or a full Eagle. At the time, not many brokers were taking this route as the approval process was lengthy, it had heavy financial requirements, and the requirement of getting a warehouse line was difficult as there just weren't many out there. While this was a huge step for us, I saw it as a competitive advantage, and we've been operating this way ever since. Uh, Back then, brokering didn't really look like it does today. Back then, the broker had a lot more control of the process, and that in itself is what provided the competitive advantage. That the control led to the competitive advantage. Today, the broker has very little control over much of the process, and some argue today's brokers are really just the retail arm of the wholesale lender, as the originator's brand has essentially taken a back seat. Um, I'm not so sure I would agree with this entirely, but for a few of the bigger players, this does seem to be the case, as it's all about drinking their Kool-Aid. So, what's the solution? How do you keep your competitive advantage, flexibility, and nimbleness that makes the broker channel so vibrant, but maintain the controls that will drive production while promoting your own brand? And how do you gain these controls without sacrificing service and pricing, as is the case and pitfall of most retail lenders? The answer is simple, and it's our way. Our way seamlessly blends the best of both worlds between pure broker and full retail. It creates the efficiency of a broker and the control of a lender. Our way is technically what is called a non-delegated correspondent lender, also known as a non-del, NDC, mini-core, hybrid, or even super broker. Simply put, we are the lender, but we outsource certain functions to retain the speed and pricing of a broker. So how does our way create a competitive advantage? Well, first, we are the lender, and all loans close in our name. This is the same for a retail lender, but much different than a broker. As a broker, everything you close is in the name of the wholesale lender that is being used. This is fine, but it does make it a little tough to build a brand. For refinance, I don't see this mattering that much, but if you are building your business on purchases, as you should be, then this could be a bigger deal. Second, another competitive advantage would be the disclosure process. As a non-del, we handle the disclosure process directly from our loan origination system. This is a big advantage over brokers in that our loan officers and processors do not have to spend time to learn different wholesaler sites, to enter the fees, run AUS, request the LE to be sent, not knowing if the disclosures go out, hoping they come back, hoping they get signed without little control or insight. We do all that from our own system, and it's accurate and it's efficient. Along those same lines, we run AUS ourselves. whether it be LP, DU, or GUS. And then we send our findings to the underwriter along with our credit package. So for us, a loan can be started, it can be structured, and it can be disclosed without knowing which wholesaler it will actually be sent to. When a loan officer is ready to lock, they simply jump on the wholesaler site, register it, lock it, no further actions required. Next, let's talk about appraisals. Appraisals have been a hot topic for the last few years and is an enormous competitive advantage for non-delegated correspondents. As a broker, you are at the mercy of using an AMC of the wholesale lender. Good, bad, or ugly, you must use them. With all the crazy volume over the last few years, brokers have had no idea when the reports will be completed or even how much they'll cost. And when the report does come back, it's in the name of the wholesale lender and it's sent directly to the underwriter. The broker is out of the loop and the last to know. With us, we have our own AMC that we manage. This gives us the advantage of having consistent turn times and cost stability. We know when we're getting it and we know what it'll cost. All reports are completed in our name, which makes the loan portable to any investor. It's always delivered to us first, not the underwriter. Whenever we enter a new market, for example, one of the first things we do is start interviewing appraisers to be on our panel. The goal is to find the right mix of appraisers that share our culture and beliefs so we can have an effective working relationship that's both dependable and reliable. Finally, let's talk about another competitive advantage, which is probably the biggest competitive advantage out there and the least understood. Let's talk about wholesale lenders and the pricing model. This is an area where non-delegated correspondents have complete and total advantage over brokers and retail shops, no doubt. It's naive to think that all correspondent lenders have higher rates. Some, maybe even most, certainly do, but not because they're a correspondent lender, but rather due to their delivery channel of that closed loan production. We're a correspondent lender, but our rates are the same, if not better than any broker. This is true because we are using the same delivery channel as brokers do, and this is the magic that non-Dels have, where the non-Dels have the advantage. Whether it's a national operation like UWM or Home Point, or a regional operation like Ameris or FBC, we can use them all. The difference is that we are only asking the wholesaler to underwrite the loan and to lock our rate. This results in lower admin fees charged by the wholesaler and generally more favorable rate pricing. Since we are the lender, we don't have to get into this nonsense of lender comp plans and play this game, this loan type, this margin, this loan type, this margin, this wholesaler, this margin, this wholesaler, this margin. We don't do any of that, okay? The price is the price, and any service release or yield spread premium that is realized is not realized until after the loan is sold. So the premium is not disclosed on either the LE or the CD, ever. It's non-existent because, again, that premium that we're earning is not realized until after the loan is sold. Because do keep in mind, we're originating, we're closing, we're funding, and then we're going to sell after the fact. Fees can be charged on the front side and still receive premium on the back side. That mix allows for a pricing model that is really flexible, really robust, and will compete with anyone. The LOs have the complete flexibility to apply lender credits at their discretion. Coming up a little short, it's got a little bit of cash funds to close issue, fine, we'll give them a lender credit, no problem. As a correspondent, we can do that. Broker, you can't do that. You have no power. We can waive fees. We can waive the admin fee. We can waive the underwrite or the admin fee or the appraisal fee or credit or whatever it may be. We can waive it. We make the numbers right. We have the control to do so. To wrap it up, the way mortgage companies will operate, it's all over the place. So before you jump into the industry or make a move within, do your homework and figure out which operation type is best for you. I certainly believe that our way is the best way, but it's not for everyone. It's simply not. Feel free to reach out to me anytime, as I would love to discuss with you what a long-term and prosperous career could could look like in the mortgage industry. And with that, best of luck to you.